thinking back to the videos and, the processes to where I didn't quite know what was going to be happening, but I just knew something about it felt correct.
Yeah.
I think it kind of culminated into that point as far as like looking around.
That was the moment when you realized.
Yeah, when you realize like, okay, this is
real.
This is a real thing. This is a good thing.
What's up, everybody? I'm Noah the Great, and welcome back to another episode of. Today, we got somebody special in here. And I know I say that all the time, but everybody's special. But this man right here, been a good friend for over 10 years. He's known as a curator of good vibes, just all around a good guy. He is the CEO and owner of a growing hospitality company out here in Atlanta. Give it up for my man, Malcolm Walker, better known as Hugo James. How you feeling, man?
Man, I feel really good. It's anytime there's the opportunity to just talk through kind of what's happening, especially with people that, again, care about the craft and how they're doing things. Like, I know I talked to you about it earlier, but like I said, I just like how you're really doing this. So love to, again, hop on, tell the story, talk through details, any kind of value I can provide to entrepreneurs. People ask me questions all the time anyway. So it's just like if there's a moment or an instance where I can come in and just, speak value, tell stories, like I'm always come through and do that for sure.
I feel you, bro, and I appreciate you for coming, man. I appreciate you, and I just want to say,
asking.
No, bro, it's all good, man. It's all good. You still look like you got something to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like that.
I just want to say before we do start, though, like, the same thing goes, man. I've been seeing you from, when you started just, with videos of making drinks, all the way to now.
Yeah, sure.
you doing your thing, bro. And we see you,
Thank you. I appreciate
you doing
that.
your thing.
I really do appreciate it.
Now, I do want to say this. I know I gave your intro and whatnot and said a few things, but is there anything that I missed that you might, add to your title? Is there anything else that you are?
I mean, no, at a high level, you hit it. But as far as, I guess, what we're building, Hugo James Hospitality Group used to be formerly known as Hugo James Mixology Company.
Yeah.
There's a very intentional shift as far as why we did that, because the whole thought with what we're doing and what we're building is, to be this whole hospitality ecosystem that honestly would extend far beyond, drinks and, weddings and birthdays, though we do appreciate those things as well.
Yeah.
The whole thought is to do, an international hospitality conglomerate, if you will. I feel like Atlanta was the best place to start doing that. The company started in Nashville in 2020, and it was cool. I have friends and good friends that I still keep in contact with to this day, that are based out of Nashville, but I just knew I had like a broader base, more friends, more family, more general connections.
Yeah.
And I feel like Atlanta is like a black mecca for entrepreneurship, enterprise, and all of the things as far as trying to build and grow a company. So I've already received those benefits just as far as like the people I've spoken to and reached out to that are local or even, nationally. But all in all, it feels more viable when you're in a city that is built for growth. So that was the whole thought.
I feel that. And everything you just said is exactly what I want to talk about today,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
So in the past episodes, we've really focused more on like creativity and the process of like creative expression.
Yeah.
And we've only really dipped our toe into like actual entrepreneurship and like the idea of growing a business from the ground up. And like I said before, I remember when you started posting videos of you making drinks, and it wasn't a business or anything. It was just something that you like to do.
Yeah.
And then now you scaled it to a brand that, is getting brand deals, working with large organizations like the Masters Golf Tournament,
got some fun stuff happening with that too.
Yeah. So it's like, you really scaled it, taking this thing to the moon. So like I just want to know, what was the idea behind all of this, like when it started? Like,
I mean, the main thing was, and actually there's an article. So my alma mater, shout out to Auburn, they wrote an article on me, and I spoke about it there, where it was pretty much like I just picked between my passions and what was the easiest thing to monetize.
Yeah.
And that was the initial thought. But I also know, like, especially moving forward, if you just are solely looking for money, you won't continue, because like there has to be a way deeper why as far as why you're trying to do whatever you're doing. But main thought was, I was like, all right, I really enjoy music. I know music is not as easily monetizable as, say, alcohol.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so I'll lean into the drink route. I was already making drinks I went to Seasons 52 with my mom in 2019, and we had a blackberry bourbon bramble. It was one of the best drinks I had ever had. And I was just like, oh, I feel like I can make this at home. So lo and behold, there was a Quizlet. And then I went on the Quizlet and I found the recipe to the exact specs. I went and grabbed everything. Drink came out amazing. And I was like, okay, I can continue to do this. So it started from there. And then I started, to your point, posting the drinks and the videos online. And people just started asking me more and more questions, just as far as like, do you do events and birthdays and X, Y, and Z? And it just kind of naturally snowballed from there. There's a lot of steps in between to get to like the masters or working with Delta or whatever it may be. But yeah, like it's been really cool just as far as my main, I guess, like impetus or like core idea is I want to expand people's horizons and show them how when drinks can be easy to make and how you can also learn a whole slew of branches and trajectories as far as drink making, but also show people hospitality is deeply correlated to humanity. Because I really do feel like hospitality is, again, like the art and or business of taking care of people. So like more than anything, I just want to show people how important it is to like just be empathetic, be anticipatory, be like thoughtful in your hospitality. And then everything else will kind of come through as long as you just, again, focus on the people.
Oh, I feel that. That was very well said.
Thank you.
My man said anticipatory. You got me with that one.
I like words, man.
Anticipatory. I'm gonna start saying that.
I'll touch on that too. But like, yeah, there's a lot of like core things. Like, I just like the thought of like making people feel good, like in their experiences. And that comes through in like the parties and the bookings and everything is not perfect. So I want to at least leave with the disclaimer as well too. Like I make ample of mistake. I'm still learning every day to this day right now, just as far as how to better like execute and do things. But I will say the biggest thing is like, even if you're making mistakes, as long as you're just taking action and doing something, everything else will figure itself out. As long as you also just continue on. Because I think a lot of people miss out when they stop. So I'm trying to keep going.
I feel that. Yeah. I think that, as far as the mistakes go, nobody else on the outside really kind of sees the mistakes. So from the outside looking in, it's kind of just like, this is good.
Everything is just working.
Yeah, this is good.
It doesn't always work like that.
And I feel that. So in that case, let me change what I said earlier from a fast growing hospitality business in Georgia to a fast growing hospitality business in the South. Or just the Southeast region.
Southeast, yeah, for sure.
And growing. You know what I'm saying? And then I know y'all do y'all parties in Tampa sometimes, right?
Yeah. So that's been really cool. So it was Ryan and Leland. I know they're so I will say I had to focus on what we're doing with the bar and things like that. So, they're taking that and running with it. So again, I wish them all the best. But it was an incredible experience. Just as far as being able to work with them to see again a different side of Florida, because most people know Florida for like Miami and like Orlando, X, Y, and Z, but like Tampa, they got it. There's something special. So yeah, it was an incredible experience just from that, and then the connections and the people that I met. I feel like every instance and every experience is worthwhile, especially if you meet people in those moments and instances. So yeah, the connections were incredible. We're doing some other stuff. Not necessarily in Florida, but I want to come back to Atlanta because I really just want to just like focus really deeply on like the community that has already given me so much. And it's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna touch on that on a high level. I know we said we're gonna share what we want to share, but
no, jump into it, bro. Yeah,
jump. I mean, honestly, so we're working through a bar. I actually just talked through like our letter of intent on a meeting earlier today. That went really well. So, like, fingers crossed that we again agree to terms and get things signed off. And hopefully by the time this airs, we'll already have announced everything as far as kind of what it is.
Okay.
But also otherwise, just thinking through like what is the clientele, what is our like ideal clientele, and ideal is an operative word because every client is in an ideal client, but also like there are clients that pay more. So we're trying to figure out how to, best position ourselves to make sure that, people understand the value that we can bring.
Because I bet the Masters wasn't your clientele until it became your clientele.
It quite literally wasn't. I have to shout out J-Rob. So he's the one that introduced me. We went to college together at Auburn. And he just kind of put my name in the hat. There was another company there previously whom I won't name, but they apparently weren't doing the best job.
You should name them.
I won't name them. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But yeah, they apparently just weren't doing like, the best job.
Yeah.
And I realized God has a funny way of working where it's just like, opportunities will find you when there quite literally wasn't an opportunity. Like if they continued on doing what they were doing, upholding whatever standard they were expecting, like this would have never came across my metaphorical desk.
Yeah.
But God saw was fit as far as like it was time for us to step up and do something bigger.
Yeah.
And honestly, like at first, the planning process felt like a lot. You can even talk to Sam. Sam is incredible. He's one of the main kind of integral parts who has helped to build Hugo James. He's our head of beverage.
Yeah.
But like I was just running around trying to make sure we had everything good to go every day because we were out there for 7-8 days.
Mm-hmm.
But every day it was. I mean, we did all the work on the front end, so it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Crazy enough. So it was just like, all right, cool. That helped to frame in my mind that we can do this. Like we can work with large enterprise clients, and lo and behold, like you do a good job with one person.
Yeah.
Word
spreads
pretty fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were able to kind of work with some good people and able to connect with WM Events. WM Events has been amazing as well, just as far as kind of bringing us in as preferred partners.
WM Events.
Yeah, so they're an event design company. So William Fogler is their owner.
Okay.
And they work with everybody. I mean, Falcons, Microsoft, Delta.
So you in there?
Well, I don't work with every client they get because there's some people that have like in-house beverage teams and whatever it may be. But like anytime there isn't, they usually reach out to me, which again, like that's just a blessing in itself. And it started off with like say smaller things, but we're talking about some other fun things that are about to come up in April as well too. So it's just like building the trust and doing the small things correctly, even though I guess I start off with a pretty big thing because the Masters is not a small task by any means.
That's actually pretty big. Like when I saw that, I was like, yo, like this is crazy.
Yeah, I honestly, I think it's set in now, but there was a point in time, and to the point of like moments, if you will, we had one final day, but like I knew we were going to just do what we needed to do. Mm-hmm. And I guess I celebrated prematurely. Like we made some drinks and stuff and we celebrated that evening. Everybody went to sleep. I'm naturally like a night owl. So I just sat in the room. Like we were in the Airbnb because it was me with J-Rob's team. Everybody went to sleep. And I was just able to just sit and just think. It was in a dark room. I was just playing music. It was like some jazz piano or something like that. And I think that's when it really set in as far as like thinking back to the videos and, the processes to where I didn't quite know what was going to be happening, but I just knew something about it felt correct.
Yeah.
I think it kind of culminated into that point as far as like looking around.
That was like, the moment when you realized.
Yeah, where you realize like, okay, this is real. This is a real thing. This is a good thing as far as like kind of what's happening. And I'm sure there's going to be like many more moments like that. There were, again, a lot of hard moments in between time.
Yeah.
But I will say like that was definitely like a beautiful moment just to kind of sit and be present. I've been trying to work on that because I feel like we're just all overstimulated with phones.
With life.
Yeah. Whatever else. So it's just like just to sit, literally be alone and just be with my thoughts and like really recognize and appreciate that moment was really good.
Yeah, I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, and to me, I know I say creatives and entrepreneurs because to me, entrepreneurs, you kind of have to be creative to be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to think outside the box. Mm-hmm. But I think creatives and entrepreneurs, it's like this, you're so caught in the moment when you're doing things, that what you're doing at that moment is like, it's tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is it right here.
Facts.
And you're never really kind of thinking about the next thing, you know? But like, I can only imagine like in that moment, you're like, we're about to do the Masters, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like...
And we did the Masters.
You did it, yeah. And that was, we did it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, let's do it again. Like,
absolutely. That's the thing. Like, it's... to get invited back literally like on the spot.
Yeah.
Because like on that final day...
They was like, come back next year.
Literally. Yeah. Like it was that final day where I knew he had already done a good job. And that final day was just, making sure you put a bow on things, cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure you bid farewell to all of the guests and things we were taking care of type thing. And after that day went well, they kind of pulled me off to the side and just informed me. It was like, hey, you did a great job. We're already thinking about what we want to have you do next year. So, go ahead and start preparing type thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess they didn't formally or explicitly say it, but like Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a great moment in itself. And again, we hadn't even left.
Yeah. They weren't even over.
Yeah, they weren't even over. We already knew we had did again, not a good enough job. But I know we did a great job, executed well, and there are some other things that we didn't even get a chance to do. But we'll come back and execute upon come this year. So
no, that makes sense. Yeah,
man.
So you do this with a team. Like you have a team. It's not just you.
No,
this is a team of people.
Sam is our core kind of like main help, if you will, and then everybody else is like contracted bartenders.
Yeah.
I do want to eventually get to the point where we can just expand to like a full time team.
Yeah.
But again, to the point of like up and downs and like figuring things out, like there are very good periods and there are very slow periods.
Yeah.
With anything. So like, again, my biggest thing is just like the full transparency of everything isn't perfect. Every month isn't like a great month.
Yeah.
There's months where we do, 20, 30,000. And there's other months where we do like $500.
Yeah.
So like,
but the 20, 30,000 months is good months though. Like that's a good month.
And that's great.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so my biggest thing is just making sure that, we just continue the consistency of it. So like, even if it is a dip, the dip isn't necessarily $500. Like the dip is like, it's an $8,000 month rather than whatever else it may be.
But it's still fairly a good month. It's a regular month. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I'm just like, and that's where the bar kind of comes in to make sense. Like I understand like it's a heavy overhead cost. But for what I know it could be, for what I know like we could bring to the city, for what I know we could bring is as far as like the general feel, the ambiance, the bar programming and the drinks that we want to create, like it's gonna be special. So I'm excited for that. Thank you.
I can see the passion in it when you talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When did this become like a full-time thing for you?
Well, so that's the thing. It was full-time. It's been full-time cycles. So I guess I'll start from 2020.
That's real because it be like that sometimes. It's a cycle.
I'm telling you, because it was 2020 to 2021 and a half, I guess. I was doing it full-time. And then I just started doing odd jobs, worked in logistics companies. And then 2023 is when I started. 2022 is when I started working with the ISG hotels, which was a very intentional step because I wanted to understand the inner workings of hotels and how they build things on like an institutional, like enterprise level. Because like eventually I want to open like boutique hotels. Have bars in the boutique hotels, X, Y, and Z. I saw something on TikTok where it was like, you press room service, but somebody literally rolls a bar to your door and makes like a margarita and delivers it to you. I think so. Like little like things like that. I definitely want to implement just as far as in like the hotel. But backtracking, so then I was at ISG for a while. I left ISG after about 2.5, 3 years, and then I was full time for another like year and some change. And there was just like a downturn in the event space, which is another reason why I was like, all right, lean more into throwing your own parties, and then also lean more into like what is a consistent revenue source.
What was the answer to that?
So just do more events, number one. So that was where the group from Tampa came in.
Okay.
And then also just making sure that like I did more outbound lead outreach, if you will. Yeah. So just making sure that I put in the time to reach out to more people and do more things. And then also that's where the bar came in as well. And I know that's risky because, like the margins are slim or whatever people may say. But like if it works, if it works really well, it works really well.
And is the bar, is that the Thunder Room?
That's Thunder Room, yeah.
Okay. And that's in Tampa or is that in Atlanta?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be here. So I won't say quite where it is yet, but we're talking through like I said, our lease negotiations for a building. Yeah. We literally just had a call this morning and most of the terms were met. So we're gonna send back like a one final like kind of counter offer. And then once we feel like it makes sense, we're gonna put down our security deposit, sign a lease, and there's gonna be some other things that'll happen as far as for like the build costs. But it's a very real thing. So that's just exciting because the initial thought came to mind like 2 years ago. Yeah. So, but again, to the point of just continuing on and not letting your ideas fall by the wayside. Like I know what it can be, I know what it will be, and I really do feel like it'll be something that Atlanta will appreciate. Yeah, and you're in the right place for it. Atlanta's definitely the place to do that. Facts. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's a mixed bag as far as like Atlanta. Like, of course, we are like a Black Mecca as far as the people that make up Atlanta, but also like there is all sorts of races and demographics, and all of the things. And I got the chance to talk with a couple of restaurateurs that do a lot of like really good work in Atlanta. And my biggest thing is longevity. Like, I don't want to just be a place that's open for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And then we close down and be like, oh, that was a great run. Like, that's cool. But like, no, I'm trying to be like a mainstay and like an incumbent in Atlanta for, 20, 30 years, whatever it may look like. But all that to say, I've talked to people who have done that before. And I mean, the main thing they told me was just, again, stay diligent, maintain details, and just telling me what to do and what not to do in like some of these processes, because like it is a lot.
Yeah.
But again, they also frame the perspective of once it works and it works really well, like you can scale it out. And I think that's me doing justice to my current team and then the future team members, because like I want them, and for whoever believed in what this was going to be from the beginning, I feel like you deserve some type of, position or shot to be able to grow with the company as we scale. So like the thought was to always scale, because like, one, that's what I wanted to do, but also two, like I feel like it would be me doing right upon people who've done right to me, as far as making sure that I can make sure they're in the position to grow with us. So it'll be really cool just to kind of see it materialize.
I like that approach too.
Yeah.
I feel like in the world that we live in, and I tell my wife this same thing. I feel like we live in such a world that's like Instagram, social media, how many followers you got, stuff like that, and I'm trying to take the same approach you're saying right now, my thing is I want to do events and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like centered around creatives, creatives and entrepreneurs and whatnot. And the thing is, if I go to your social media right now, right, and you got good content, you know what I'm saying? But it's obvious that what you're doing, outside of social media, you're actually doing work, like real work.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But we live in a day and age where if it's not popping on social media, it's not real. But I like the approach you're doing, because what you're doing, what I call, is you in their face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to push online because I'm in your face. Literally. Like, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I like that approach.
Thank you, man. And that's the thing. Like, it's intriguing, because I feel like there's going to be like this shift as far as people leaning deeper into like in real life experiences or being in somebody's face. Because like all in all, like social media, though a very like valuable tool, I don't want to say the word oversaturated, because that can be like a buzzword, but like there's just a lot of content.
Yeah, it is. It's oversaturated.
Yeah, but and it's just a lot of people and ideas and opinions and whatever else. And it's just like, I feel like the main way to stand out, because there are a lot of people that their whole strategy is social media, and that can work for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you can like couple that with like real life events and like talking with people and actually like humanizing yourself, you're going to probably hear me say the word about like humanize, humanity, all the things, like probably way too often, because I just feel like people support people they know, people support people they like. Yeah. And people will like spend money if they have a face behind a brand. And like, I will say, like, as of late, we've been quiet on social media because we've been putting in a lot of work. Yeah. Just as far as with negotiations.
But you in real life with it, so social media don't matter.
And that's the thing. Like, I had to get over that. Because content is important.
Talk about it. So tell me about that.
I mean, like content, it's important. It really is. Yeah. Like, it's a huge part of where we are in the general landscape of marketing. Like, again, my background is in marketing, and I understand what is and what isn't important. But like, more than anything, I learned this from my time at IHG. We had one of our core pillars. It was called bias to action. To where it's just like, if you have an idea or you have something that you know that would work, rather than do the research or go tell somebody or talk about it on social media, just send an email to the person. Yeah. Like, you'll be surprised how easy it is to get in contact with people by like going on Rocket Reach and like finding their email and just shooting them email, telling them what you're doing. Because after people get to a certain point in their life with their career or whatever it may be, the only thing that is fulfilling is helping people. Yeah. Especially people that they can tell are passionate about what they're doing. So like, yeah, like social media, again, while important, my biggest thing is just like, again, like talking with people like you and being able to tell the story and have another meeting that I'm going to after this. And it's just like, yeah, we could have just had a phone call, But like I met him in person and there was already an immediate connection as far as like what he's doing and what we're doing. He was like, oh yeah, let's go do dinner and talk about what, X, Y, and Z can look like.
Yeah.
And that to me just feels like an already, deeper connection just because, again, you're in somebody's face, you're talking with them, they're getting your feel and your passion and all of these things. And I really do feel like that's important, especially with like AI and all of the things. It's really easy to just hide behind like the veil of digital marketing and
social media. Yeah. Hide behind the phone.
Literally. And it's just like, that's, while again, effective in a sense, I think the most effective means is just like human to human, just talking with people. Yeah. So like, that's kind of what I'm trying to lean into for sure.
Most of the business deals, the highest business, not the highest, but the bigger business deals don't take place in the office. They take place at dinner, at somebody's house, at a bar. They take place in a more personal setting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think that's but versus nowadays, our first thought, or not our first thought, but most people's first thought is like, let me send a DM. Yeah. Like, let me DM so and so. Oh, I got it. I got an idea. Like, let me DM them. So it's just like,
I mean, like again, like while I've had some wins where I reached out to people that I admired in the business world and like they responded type thing. Yeah. And it was cool. But again, like those connections just kind of fizzled out. Yeah. Like, because again, there's no depth to it. There's no substance because like you're just people typing on a screen or talking to each other via phone.
And I only have your profile to be able to like tell who you are. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know you or your personality based off of, this message.
Yeah. And it feels like surface level in a sense. Like, though it is a connection, like I'm for like rich connections. Like I'm for making sure that when you talk to these people, that when I'm leading with value and then they already immediately understand like, all right, cool. Like you're not just here just to, I don't know, ask me for money or some shit, whatever else it may be.
Which sometimes you are, but
sometimes
it's all about the connection.
Though, but that's the other thing too. Like if I'm asking for money, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, hey, we're doing X, Y, and Z, and it will be, of this benefit to you, and we'll offer this percentage, and like that thing, people will be more inclined. And then also, I like the thought of making those asks in person anyway, just because again, like there's just like a certain integrity to that I just really appreciate. And I just try and do things like there have been many an opportunity where I could have just done something very shysty to people or like hid money or done X, Y, and Z or like let somebody go like over the phone or whatever it is. But like, I prefer to have those conversations in person because it's just an integrity to business that I'm trying to keep. Yeah. And I want, when things do get to the, multi-million, billion-dollar level, hopefully, like, I want every single person that I come across to say, like, you did that the right way.
Yeah, that's a good guy right there.
Yeah, literally. So, like, that's the thought, for sure.
I feel that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. For me, I'm currently, me and multiple, I'm sure thousands or millions of other people want to scale what they're doing right now. They want to get it off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I can talk about myself. Like a lot of our goals right now, like everything that you're saying aligns with like everything I'm trying to do. Yeah. So like, what would you say what was the switch? Like what did you do what would you say that you did to make that switch from a hobby to a brand or a business?
Yeah. It's a good question. So I will say the first thing is just saying yes to things, even though I didn't know how to do it. So that was number one. I think there's probably like maybe two or three, but the first thing was just saying yes to as many things as possible. Yeah. Even if
you didn't know how to do it.
Even I didn't know how to do it, even if the money wasn't right, even if like they were asking for something crazy and they were like, I have $150. Yeah. Like, fine. It's whatever it was just to, and also it just forces like a craftiness and a resourceful nature that you just keep no matter how big things get. Like, I'm not going to say the exact number of the master's check, but like it was a nice check. Yeah. But like to that point, you still keep some of the craftiness and resourcefulness to make the most out of every dollar that was given to you type thing. So the first thing was just be saying yes and then being resourceful in your yeses and how you execute upon whatever thing you're doing. Yeah. Number two, I would definitely just say is like understanding the money. That's something I'm still improving upon, like to this day. Yeah. But that can look like literally just running your bank statements through ChatGPT. Like I know people are iffy about like proprietary data and whatever else, but like, who cares? Like OpenAI is not coming to find me. Yeah. Either way, like little things like that, as far as like understanding like what is cash flow, what do the dollars actually look like, where's our money going? Like if you get a $3,000 booking and then you spend X, Y, and Z, like why is this amount remaining rather than this, and understand like what that discrepancy is.
Yeah.
And that's like more so, I guess like the jet fuel to the scale. And then I guess like the third and final thing would be more so like just getting creative in how you get in front of people. And then once you get in front of people, not losing them.
What's your thing with that?
So like my biggest thing is it started off with social media as far as like the content and like the videos and things like that. But then I realized like there are ways to like meet these people in person. Like if I saw somebody was going to be like at an event or whatever it may be, I made sure that I was at that event to be able to meet them and tell them like, hey, I love what you're doing. This is what I'm doing. If you want to have a conversation about it, here's my contact. We should have a conversation. And then also just like following up. Oh my gosh. Following up.
Yeah.
You would be surprised how many people don't follow up. You did a great job of that too. Cause
I wasn't gonna say that.
I'm busier than I like to be, bro. Like my goal is not to be busy. Like I don't even like the phrase booked and busy.
Yeah.
I like the phrase of like booked and peaceful or whatever it is, because like if you're booked and busy, that means like there's a system or some delegation that is not happening.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to be busy, but in this current period, I am busy. And like all that to say, like following up is huge, because like there have been people that I've gotten a chance to speak to and like that lended real value that I had to reach back out to like 6-7 times before they finally were just like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I was doing whatever it was.
Yeah.
Come on in. And they're more than willing. But again, you just have to be persistent, almost like pesky. Like you gotta like bother people sometimes.
I think that's the problem though. A lot of us don't want to like bother people. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you have to.
And
like,
I feel that.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But it's just something about the feeling of like doing it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I don't want to feel like I'm just poking you. You know what I'm saying?
It's a real thing, but also it's just like, do you really want to meet with this person?
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, what I've also realized is like people appreciate that passion.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I got a chance to sit down with one of my kind of hospitality heroes, if you will. And the first thing he said when we sat down was like, "You're very persistent."
Yeah.
Literally, that's the first thing he said. And I was just like, I know.
that means you've been bugging me.
Yeah, but I'm just like, but here we are. And again, he's been like a huge component as far as kind of like what's happening. But yeah, following. So again, what was the first thing I said? Just saying yes, being resourceful in your yeses, watching the money. And understanding where and how it's growing, following up with people, being creative with how you get in front of people, just making sure that you deepen the connection. And and if anything, like I have this idea of if there's like an ideology of how to like put all of that into like one central idea, I just like to think about where I want something to be in 5 years, and I will work backwards from that. And I will say it and just think big, like. Because when I thought about what I want, even say in, let's say 2030, we're in 2026 right now, I want us to have at least 5 bars already open. I want to be doing X amount of revenue, for the private events and so forth. And then I also want to be able to do, some type of like annual or like pick up the frequency of the events again after we can execute it to the level that I want it to be executed at. But like set those goals. And then be like, all right, cool. What numbers would it take to actually do that? Or how many people I need to reach out to? Like people would be surprised at how much less it would take to actually get to their number as far as whatever their number is.
Yeah.
So that's how I've been going about it. And say like 10 years down the road, I want us to open our first hotel. So like by 2036 or 2035, whatever that may look like, I want us to have our first hotel open.
Okay.
So like things like that. It's just a matter of, all right, cool. Like, what are the things it takes? And again, I was very intentional about it from the very beginning. That is quite literally why I wanted to work with a hotel company. Yeah. Because I wanted to understand how hotels work. And it worked. Yeah, I really do understand. So like, all right, cool. Now it's a matter of making sure you get the capital right. And then from there, all right, cool. Like now we're in a conversation for the bar. The bar does well. Bar number 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, now we're cash flowing I don't know, like
Enough.
6 million. It's probably gonna be more than that, but like, I don't know, 9-10 million a year type thing. And all right, cool. Now it's way easier to get a loan to like buy a small building that can host like a 15 room boutique hotel.
And you can rent it out to other people for events.
Yeah, or whatever it is, like an event space or whatever it may look like. Like, I just like the thought of just like vertically integrating. So like we own the hotel that owns the bar that's in the hotel. Yeah. And we can also be the event company that operates in the said hotel, because that's what we started as. Yeah. That's always going to be a part of the business. So like, it's a whole beautiful flywheel of things.
you on to something, man. You on to something, bro. Yeah, man. I like that. Because I just got to say, man, a lot of us, take me back to what I was talking about being tunnel vision, man. Yeah. A lot of us have tunnel vision to right now. Yeah. And I can say a lot of us, as myself, I mean, I have like goals that I'm like, that I want to do, but I don't have a time on them. I'm not thinking, what am I doing in 5 years? How can I get there right now? Like, I'm thinking right now, what do I need to do right now to get to the next step? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's important too.
It is, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that you even have that vision of what it is to come, and like already like, okay, these are the steps that we need to take to get there. What will it take to get there? Even if it's 5-10 years, it's just like back playing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real important. I think I need to start doing that. And
I will say, like, both things are important. Like, there's a very like impactful duality to what it needs to be. Yeah. When I was I'm so grateful for my time at ISG. I had to shout out Andy Todd. He was our head for our digital customer experience team. And he even told me, like, they gave very candid feedback. That's the thing. Like, I've never been afraid of feedback. I always receive it well, because like, I just want to do the things right. Yeah. So like, if you have a constructive criticism, I'm always going to listen. Now, if you're just berating somebody and you're just being rude, like, that's not going to help anybody. Yeah. But he just told me, he was like, you have just this big mind. Like, you can think about these large ideals, but like, you need to work on like the day-to-day execution and what that needs to look like. And I'm still, again, improving upon that. But like, again, that's why I say it's important to make sure that while you have these large ideals, you need to plan backwards and understand what does the day-to-day look like. Yeah. To make sure that it's actually realized, because you're not gonna just jump to, raising $5-10 million to open this thing, and then that thing just happens to be this massive success. Like,
you got to plan
a bunch of steps before like a good thing. And I can't wait until like this bar gets open, because like, I will scream from the rooftops all the lessons and things that I've learned. Yeah. Just as far as like the processes behind it, but like, again, it's a day to day. Yeah. Even though it's a big thing at the end of the tunnel, if you will, like, the day to day is definitely equally as important, for sure.
I think my delusion is that I don't think about the in between. I'm just like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and everything is gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
Yeah, we need delusion too. I mean, that's the thing,
for sure.
It's a phrase.
Delusion is just faith.
Facts. Yeah, man, that's real. Yeah. There's because I heard Andre 3000 say a phrase. We was talking about, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was like, big things start in little rooms. Yeah. And I'm like,
it's very true, man.
Because like, while you still may have these big ideas and large things that we want to capture, it's just like, most people start in a little room, unless you just have like a really big leg up, or like you have resources, or your family is already just really well off. Fine, like, congratulations.
Yeah, just do whatever.
But a lot of people just don't have that. So like, it has to start in a little room. And even so, like, you need that delusion, you need that faith to make sure that like it propels you, because like, this shit is hard. Yeah, this shit is really hard, and that's what I want people to not get misconstrued. Like, again, there's mistakes, there's moments, it's times where I was just like, well, I don't know how this is gonna work, and then lo and behold, it just works. Yeah, but like, not just because it just works. Like, we put in the work. I pray a lot. I think through everything as much as I can. And then it just happens to be as it will. So yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, I think that says a lot about your character. You know what I'm saying? I like to believe that good things happen to good people. That's just what I like to think.
That's actually one of my favorite phrases.
Yeah,
it really is.
So I would like to think that says a lot about you, bro.
Facts, man. I feel as usual.
So I would like to take a moment. My wife says that I never ask the questions that she tells me to ask. So I'm gonna start a segment.
Man, happy wife, happy life.
Ask the questions that my wife wants to ask. Curated by Ziana.
We love it. Thank you, Ziana.
All right, let me find that message, because it's in here.
While we're waiting too, I just wanted to tell Courtney that I love her, because I feel like the women in our lives are very important too.
Yeah.
So I know, again, she even just was joking, talking about I'm busy today, like, which I am. But again, it's just like, I don't think any of this is possible without having somebody who like loves and supports you and just affirms you.
Yeah.
So like, I really appreciate this segment. I will say,
bro,
it's important.
I wouldn't be doing half of nothing I'm doing if it wasn't for her, man. She, if you talk about delusion, she fuels my delusion, man. I always tell her I wouldn't even still be, as far as music or anything creative, I wouldn't still be doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I would have been gave up thinking that wasn't for me if it wasn't for her still putting the battery in my back.
That's important.
How has entrepreneurship changed the way you live your everyday life?
Oh, discipline. That's number one. Entrepreneurship is the most transparent, like, ugly mirror to all of the things that are wrong within you. Like, I have learned so much about myself, how much I procrastinate, how much I like dilly-dally and may waste time. I thought I had good time management until I had to have good time management. Yeah. And then like it forces you to just do the things at the time you need to do them. Yeah. So that's probably been the biggest thing. I work out 3-4 times a week now just because like it helps me keep my mental sanity. Mm-hmm. So like just like little things like that, like it's just discipline through and through. And again, definitely still improving. I don't want people to see this thing I'm some discipline guru. Yeah. But like there are definitely certain things that I do like rather often that are for the betterment of myself, which in turn end up being for the betterment of my business. So. Yeah.
I can attest to that. Yeah. Sometimes it's discipline, and then it's I guess it falls under the umbrella of discipline, but really like management. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like when you managing stuff with your business and stuff, and like times and ideas, it just kind of translates to your real life, and you're kind of like, okay, like get a little better with it.
Yeah, man.
Are there any books, experiences, or spiritual practices that have profoundly shaped your life? She asked some good questions.
She did. Oh my gosh. So you said books,
experiences, or spiritual practices that have profoundly shaped your life?
All three. So I'll say the first book was Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Goddard. Mm. I actually did a video where I talked about one of like the quotes that he said in the book, but like that's what really helped me to understand what it took to run like an excellent establishment. Excuse me. But also in excellence, like so excellence and hospitality are almost like an oxymoron in the sense of like excellence is like really rigid and like sharp and sterile, if you will, and hospitality is like this free flowing kind of painting.
Softness.
Yeah, it's like a softness. Yeah. It's a warmth. It's welcoming. That's like what hospitality is.
Yeah.
But there's like a melding of those two things, and where the happy middle meets is like an establishment that is not only like hospitality smart, where they welcome people and they do these, authentic and anticipatory things to like try and
with that word.
Yeah, to try and like wow a guest, but also like you need to do those things and still make money.
Yeah.
And like still have to be cognizant of all of the things that make a restaurant or a bar go. So like that book helped to really shape that mindset. Spiritually, I've just been praying way more often and just like not stressing.
Yeah.
Because like my main thing is I'm just really huge on controlling what I can control, and then also not worrying and letting that take away the energy that I need to dedicate towards something probably far more impactful. Because like worrying in itself doesn't really help anything. Mm-hmm. And I've also noticed that like typically the main thing or the main reason you're worrying is because you're not taking action upon something. So again, I've noticed once I just start doing a thing, then I pray about it, and then I just wait and then listen in to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
That's been really helpful. And then experience wise, I would just have to say like from the very beginning, well, more recently, I was at the Hacienda, my Patron team. They sent me out.
Patron team?
Yeah. I work with Patron and Grey Goose on the retail specialist side. So that's
wow.
Yeah, so it's been really cool. It's actually correlated great to the business too, so it all works.
Yeah.
But so they sent me out to Totonilco, Jalisco. That's in Mexico. And it was just like,
that's where they make the Patron?
Yeah, so it's literally like a distillery, and they have like workers on the grounds, and it was honestly one of the craziest experiences of my life. Like that was true hospitality. So I'm going to use that as a baseline probably moving forward as far as what things need to feel like. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely those three things.
I feel that was you so good at like explaining what you thinking, bro.
Thank you.
Like, you know,
I try. Yeah, I think it's I don't know. I do this weird thing where I talk to myself. Like it's not like I promise I'm not crazy.
I do this weird thing.
Yeah, I really do. But like if there's something, so say if I don't know something is frustrating to me, and I'm just over here like, why is that frustrating to me?
Yeah,
and I find the words.
Yeah,
I try and find the words and really understand why something is like bothering me, or like if something is confusing, why is it confusing? And then in that explanation, I usually find what's wrong, and then also it helps me to just better verbalize ideas and whatever else.
Yeah.
So like I've been doing that since like middle school, I guess.
Yeah.
So probably not as good of a level of understanding with like emotional intelligence, but like as my frontal lobe has developed, it's been a lot easier as far as that side for sure.
I feel that.
Yeah,
Was there ever a moment like or a time that you felt like you had failed at this and that or like you felt like I'm done, like I'm giving up with this?
Yeah, it was I very specifically, it was June 2023. I had just done a hiring cycle. I had 2 friends of mine that were helping me to build the business. We had just done our second Sensations, and it went really well. And I could tell like things were at like this all-time high. Like everybody was excited. Like people was throwing like the brand name in the bio because they were happy to be a part of the team and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
I was just overwhelmed, and I don't know. I stopped. I'm like I'm done. Yeah, like I just like there was inquiries coming in, and I think there was maybe like 11, 12 inquiries that came in, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
and I was just like, what is wrong with me? Because like you would think like, oh, this is the thing you've been asking for.
Yeah,
like this is the thing you want. So like, why are you not like giddy at the opportunity to service these people and do these things? And honestly, like I still don't quite know why. Like that was one of the things I wasn't able to talk through with myself.
Yeah.
But I will say the thing that I guess got me out of it was like I thought about like why I'm doing this right now.
Yeah.
I thought about like I'm doing a disservice, one, to the clients and so on and so forth, or potential clients, but also two, to like my family, to like my now fiance, to like my friends, all the people that believe in me. Like, who am I to be the person that just shrivels up when things get hard?
Yeah.
Like, who am I to not go after the things that I said I wanted, type thing? So I know it was disappointing as far as for the people that were like with me as far as in that time period, and I felt like I let them down in that sense. But like I never had a period like that ever again. Like, I will say like I have learned a lot as far as like my resilience, as far as like how I persevere through things, because like I've also understood like it's just never going to be easy. Like, if it's easy, that means you're not challenging.
You're not doing it right. If it's easy.
So it's like I expected, and I was just talking to one of my other homeboys about this, but like I expect there to be walls. I call it the 3-wall theory. I'm gonna do a video on TikTok. Excuse me, but it's just like there are 3 walls when you do anything that will be of impact to your life. So the first wall is like actually starting, doing the thing. You'll get into it. You'll be excited because you actually started. Blah, blah, blah. And
it's always fun at the beginning.
Right? And then you get that second wall. That second wall is like that kind of midway point to where you feel like, oh, this is tiring. This is harder than I expected it to be. Like, it was so fun at the beginning. What happened? I think that was probably like my June 2023. And then like that final wall is like right before like that big like inflection point of that hockey stick. It's where things just go up and to the right exponentially. There's going to be like one final like moment where you're just like stretched as thin as possible. But if you can just withhold and just keep going and like forge on type thing, then it's just like the sky's going to be the limit. And then you're probably going to run into that same cycle again at another point in time.
As you grow, the same cycle is
going to keep repeating itself.
Because when you hit that new level, it's going to feel new again.
It's going to feel new and newly difficult.
For
sure. It's going to be bigger dollars and bigger amounts, and like you're going to have to make larger commitments and do like bigger things and have larger teams, all of the things. But it's just like, you know, you just got to be ready for that, just like you were when you started doing the things in the little rooms or the backyard birthdays or whatever it is. Like, even if whether you're doing the backyard birthday or like the F1 hospitality suite or the Masters, like
You know, the one thing I like about you talking to you right now, bro.
What's up?
You answer questions without me having to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just go ahead and just give the details and just like,
That's
you know what I'm saying?
I don't like when people be like, I don't like podcasts where it's not. I don't know. It's not in depth. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts, especially like this podcast.
Yeah,
and it's just like I hate when people just give like the surface level bullshit answers.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite podcasts that you can put people on?
Oh, Problem Solvers, easy. Problem Solvers. It's Jason Pfeiffer off of Entrepreneur Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Problem Solvers is one. What's the other one? How I Built This with Guy Raz. That's another good one. There's one more. The Learning Leader Show with Ryan Hawk.
Okay,
that's probably like my top 3.
I'm gonna have to pass those along to have a check them out. My wife, she really into podcasts and stuff. She watch them all the time.
Oh, I love it. Well,
yeah.
That's the thing. It's fun. Like it's I don't know. It's just really interesting to hear people's stories. So like I think about the episodes that were most impactful, that were impactful to me at least.
Yeah.
I think about how they answer the questions. I just like they did the same thing. Like they just talked about their stories. Mm-hmm. They tried to tie it to value. They just led with what was important, and it'll usually resonate with people.
You done already gave so much advice before I even got the chance to ask what's the advice.
Yeah, man.
So out of everything that you said, if you could give the folks watching who aren't in your position, who want to be in your position or are working towards that, what's a piece of advice that you can give them?
Be thoughtful in everything that you do, but still do it fast. So like there is a very special like talent in people that can execute things on like a rapid level, but still do it with care. Mm-hmm. Because like what I've noticed is in the periods where the business grew the most, it was because like I was just like zipping and zapping around, making calls and doing the things. But then like there's always like that period in between time where I take a second, I think strategically, and then I get right back into it. But I feel like a lot of people, again, like they have ideas and they either never become realized because they just don't try, or they start for 3 to 6 months and they just quit.
Yeah.
Like, and it is the most cliche advice, but like, yes, do the things fast, execute upon the things, but like also just don't stop.
Yeah.
Like it will be hard. Like there is no way to like build a worthy brand and it just be easy. And again, if it's easy, you're not doing anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
Unless you're just some super genius, which kudos to whoever that may be.
Yeah.
But like, do the things fast, do them with care, do them with thoughtfulness, and then also just don't quit. Like, I don't know how else to say that without saying that, but
yeah,
you would be surprised how many people like were right on the edge of the thing. Like,
and then they quit.
I swear to you, and this is going to be like a perfect antidote for what I'm saying. Like, I was about to shut down bookings close to like end of 2024 because I wanted to focus on the events and I wanted to focus on, was it 2024, 25? Yeah, it was 2024 because we did the Masters last year. So I was going to shut down bookings and all the things because I wanted to focus on like the bar stuff and like the parties and the events. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, again, prayed about it, sat with it. And I was just like, well, no, it's a good networking tool. Like it's always something that can be available as the core of the business. So like, why not?
Yeah.
Lo and behold, like literally next month, that's when like the Masters conversation started. And then we got like that, I know, right? And got that full confirmation at the top of 2025. And then from there, things just kind of went. Because again, you do a good job at the Masters, like people will call.
Yeah.
So
that's the ultimate put on.
You feel me? So it's just like, just do that and trust trust your intuition. I'm reading a book right now. I cannot remember the name of it because I literally just started, but I'm like 10 pages in and it's about like intuition and like following your intuition and like what leads to fast thinking, what leads to slow thinking. Slow thinking is typically when you overthink and you sit with something for so long that you just deter yourself from doing it. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, we really just need to lean into like our fast brain and our intuition because like our intuition is like thousands of patterns and moments and experiences that we might not subconsciously recognize. Mm-hmm. That are leading us to a thing that we know is correct because those experiences are calling on us to like to go do the thing. So,
and
like,
outside voices too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and I keep. There's more advice. Please stop asking people if I should go do this thing. Like,
just do it. Pray about it and then do it.
Literally, like, it's people. Oh, I don't know. Should I start like painting and putting these things up? Everyone's gonna be like, I don't know. Painting isn't really like the most lucrative thing. Like, but that's just because they didn't paint when they wanted to go paint 10 years ago. Yeah. Like, if it's on your spirit to do it, and you know you're passionate about it, and you know you're gonna do it at a high level, and also for a long time at a high level, just go do it. And you'll be surprised at what happens and how fast you improve at that too.
But that's facts, bro. You gotta stop listening to folks and just go with your gut. Don't ask your mama before you do it. Just do it. You know. But that's real, bro. That's real. I'm glad to see everything, you know what I'm saying, that you got going on work out for you, man.
Thank you.
Like I said before, man, I don't know if it means much coming from me, but you know, I remember when you was just, you know, a kid running track. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was your goal right there. You know what I'm saying? I remember that was the vision, and you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna try to be in the Olympics. I got dusted at state, so I knew that was not gonna be a thing. But
I remember that was the goal at one point. You know, and now it's like from there. You know, it's always we were kids, you know, but man, now to see the grown man right here, you doing your thing, bro. Like, if it don't mean nothing from me, bro, I'm proud of you, man.
It means everything, bro. Like, I don't think you understand. On top of the fact of you're building your own thing, there is inspiration in every person that you meet. Yeah, and I try not to take things lightly. As far as like when people speak kindly upon you, I went and got a drink for lunch beforehand. I thought they had food. They ran out of the food, or they just didn't have the kitchen open, whatever. But it was somebody who was just. It was like this older lady. Her name was Pam. She was just speaking life into me. And it's just like as you are, like, there's inspiration, there's encouragement, there's empowerment, and just taking things in and receiving that. I want to let you know, I'm proud of you too, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
For sure. Like, you're building a thing, you're working toward it diligently. Like, creating things is not easy.
It's not.
I'm telling you. So it's just like, at any point, and also like any way I can help too. Like, I'm happy you reached out so that we can do this, because like, this has been a very enlightening conversation for myself as well, just to like verbalize things and talk to somebody else who also does understand it. So yeah, it's I appreciate it, and you keep going too.
For sure, man. You already know I'm trying to get on. You know, I got ideas. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. Look,
but we'll talk about it in the future. You know,
I'm telling you, bro, because it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. But like, we're gonna make it shake. Especially like, I just want full autonomy of things. Like, I want full autonomy. Like, I trust in my team, but also like, autonomy in the sense of like, I want to be able to just bring on who I can bring on, and we can do what we do and just go from there. So
I feel that, bro. That's a CEO status. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to be, man.
Let the people know where they can find you at, you know, socials and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. You can find me Hugo James on Instagram. So JUGO James. Hugo James for the website. Yeah, and then Hugo James on TikTok. So same thing. We're going to get way more active on TikTok once we get to more bar stuff. So that's going to be like the main page where I talk about that. Yeah. Yeah, man. We're just gonna keep it rolling. But it's really exciting. So again, everybody follow, show love, hop on to the journey, because it's still just getting started. Like I said this when it was year 1, coming up on year 6 now. And I still think we're just getting started as far as like what things will be. So I'm just excited to see it.
I can see it. I can see things getting bigger, but just based off the vision that you just told me and everything, and seeing where it came from, how you done scaled it, I can see it already.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Any final words?
I don't know, man.
Sound like I'm finna I was finna kill you. Any final words?
No, it's still very alive right now, man. I don't know. Just be thoughtful. Like I said, be thoughtful in all you do. Take care of people. Do right upon people as they do right to you. Believe in God, trust yourself, and as long as you keep going, everything will materialize as you envision. So,
bro, that's real. That's real, man. This was for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'd have learned so much in this conversation, the stuff that I need to incorporate into my business, into and even my creativity, like just what I got going on, bro. So like, this was good. This was good.
Happy to be here, man. This is great.
I hope I hope that resonated with some of y'all out there too. But that's all the time we got today. I appreciate each and single one of y'all who made it this far in the video. Y'all keep on living, stay alive out there, and continue to think green. We'll catch you on the other side.